Okay. All right, so real quick, short statement, and we'll introduce our guest and give it over to them because I know you want to hear them instead of me. We're going to play a little game. Everybody played a game called One Thing Is Not Like the Others. You've probably seen the pictures. The pictures are kind of similar, and you got to find the differences, right? Okay, so here we go. So, in Lincoln's second inaugural address, you probably remember these words, a little phrase. With malice towards none and charity for all, right? What was he talking about? He was talking about bringing the nation back together because they just fought probably the worst conflict in our history. 700, 800,000 people died in that conflict. And what was he talking about? He was talking about all those people that were on the other side, binding up their wounds, taking care of the widow and the orphan, trying to move on and make the life better for everybody. So that's one thing. Second thing is Dwight Eisenhower. When Dwight Eisenhower was about to leave office, he made a very profound statement. He said, for every dollar that's spent on a bomb, every dollar spent on a tank, every dollar that's spent on a bullet, there's one less dollar that goes to a child's education, or feeds somebody that's hungry, or houses somebody that is homeless. This was Dwight Eisenhower, Supreme Commander of Allied Forces from World War II. Ronald Reagan, when he was saying goodbye at the end of his presidency, he talked about immigration. And he said, if we have to have a wall around that shining city upon the hill, that wall is going to have doors. And those doors are going to be open. Amen. And open to everybody that has the commitment and the desire to be an American. That's the third one. Here's the fourth one. If you don't like it here, go back to your country and fix all that stuff that's broken there. Which thing is not like the other? Okay. Anybody see the Lily Riefenstahl rally last night, or with all of the stuff about send her back, send her back? That's the new lock her up, right? Seems like Republicans like short little three-word phrases. Send her back, lock her up, and things like that. Right? That's right. They can't remember anything else. Well, obviously, folks, you now have blatantly in front of you what the election strategy in 2020 is going to be. It's going to be separate people between themselves, separate the other, separate the person that doesn't look like you, that doesn't think like you, that doesn't worship like you, and so on. They're in. They're all in. None of those three Republicans that I talked about before would be welcome in that party today. So we know what we're up against. So I have a request, and that request is to call Jan's opponent in the general election coming up and say, Mr. Marshall, do you really think we ought to be telling people to leave this country if they don't love it? Who would you decide should be staying and who should be going? Get them on record. Every one of your Republican friends. We all have a few, right? Ask them the same question. Would you actually tell somebody to leave this country? It's a citizen of this country, simply because they disagree with what you have to say. Let's put them on the spot. Let's make them feel a little uneasy about having to align themselves with a political philosophy that says we all have to look the same, we all have to think the same, we all have to believe the same. And if you don't, you're somehow un-American. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense, and we know it is. So we have to stand up for that. We have to be very vocal. So my request is call all your state representatives that are Republican. Talk to all your friends that are Republican. Call your congressional representative that is Republican. Call your senators that are Republican and ask them, who would you send away? Who would you tell to go home? And if they say, well, I wouldn't use that language, then say, well, talk to your boss. Because he's not doing a very good job of representing your party if that's exactly what you believe. Okay?